What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me, but I just got home off of an early morning flight, right? First thing through the door, I want to see my family. I love my family. You know, I'm a family man. I'm an advocate for families, right? Second thing, I got to get that hot shower because I got to throw the threads on. The threads make me feel like $1,000,000, but the third thing through my mind and all throughout the trip is that I gotta have that Teej pack. Teej makes my life uncomplicated. It's uncomplicated skincare for men. The first way that I started specifically was their level 1 system. It's a daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime on your skin. 2 times per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of the dead skin cells. An AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun. And a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. Here's the thing. My favorite part about Teej Henley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. They really making the process of achieving and maintaining amazing skin for men uncomplicated. In addition to amazing skin, members of Teej Henley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price, the ability to customize your box, exclusive monthly deals, you can pause and cancel at any time, and you get free shipping. And because Teej Henley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an amazing deal, right? Just click the first link in the description and you get 30% off your first box, plus a free gift. It's an amazing deal. You got to get started today. You're not out here trying to look like a Dusty. And if you travel as much as I do, which I'm sure most people don't, but you know me, I'm pushing my bag chasers in order to be in the top 5%, top 10%, top 1%. We got to make our lives uncomplicated, and Teej Henley is no better product. You got to look good. You got to smell good. And you can't be looking like a Dusty. Make sure you get started today. Click the link in the description. Get that Teej pack. Feel the Teej, my friends. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in to who says save commercials to the end trying to mess up my bag. Don't you do it, Seagull Rock Squawk. You must be new here. This is what we do. We get to the bag above all. So, welcome to the Millionaire Morning Show. It is Tuesday, May 23rd, 2023, year of our Lord. As a fellow Christian, I would implore you guys to love on God. Pray. Pray for your fellow compadres, your loved ones, and your friends. And then more importantly, make sure that you pray for white people. Pray for your fellow white people. God said that we need to learn how to love people. And I'm going to love you today. And the reason why I'm going to love you today is because I am going to hold you accountable. I'm definitely going to hold you accountable. I'm going to love you. I'm going to love on my white people today. God says he chastises those that he loves. And so I'm certainly going to have the conversation today. And we're going to get right to it because we are an equal accountability smoke giver. And one thing that I realized is that there's a demographic that feels as though they're above the law. They think that they're above being held accountable from Antondaniels.com. And so you feel compelled to come in here, say what you want to say, and then you feel privileged enough to then try to follow up in order to get me to not have the conversation about you in the first place. But guess what? I am an equal accountability smoke giver. So before we get into it, make sure you guys hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Also, on top of that, I would like for you guys, if you have not already, to make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I actually posted an update inside of the Patreon, as I indicated that I would, for all of the bag chasers. And so make sure y'all check that out. Make sure you respond to it accordingly because I need to get some insight as to how it is that I'm going to plan for this thing. Because if you've ever been to a meetup, you know that it is lit. It is a vibe. It is lit. You get an opportunity to kick it with me in person. You get an opportunity to kick it with Rita in person. I'm definitely going to probably have Q there. And you never know what kind of friends that I might bring out. So make sure that y'all tap into that. Also, on top of that, make sure that you guys get that Teej pack. Shout out to Teej Hanley, 30% off your first order plus a free gift. Teej is always taking care of us, so we appreciate you, Teej. If you are using any other Teej pack, make sure you cancel it. Go and get mine. The link is in the description because we are bag chasers, and the Teej work differently for us than it worked for other people. All right? You know what I'm saying? Last but not least, a little bit more housekeeping. Charleston White will be here June 9th in Detroit. If you are a bag chaser, if you're a person that's trying to have a good time, good vibes at the Garden Theater, which is a phenomenal venue, the link is in the description for you to be able to get your tickets to that show. I would encourage you to do so as soon as possible because it is coming up soon, especially for the people that's traveling. But if you are here in Detroit and you want to kick it with Time Dog along with other comedians and have a good time, I definitely would advise that you guys to make sure that you tap in and get those tickets. That link is in the description. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the show because I got a full show, not a half a show. I had to go ahead and send my white people. I got some white people working here. They putting some additional locks, alarms, security, and all that stuff around here. But what you know what? Before I get into white people, let me back up for a minute. So I'm out and about. I get home last night after a long day of grinding and hustling, and I was chilling. I'm chilling, right? And I'm getting ready for the live stream for Q's live stream. If y'all have not checked out the live stream, go ahead and check that out. But I'm chilling, and then my wife and my daughter get in, and they come in with a bunch of bags from shopping, like they always do. They have a shopping problem, and I am their muse, right? And so they take what it is that I bring home, and then they go out and they spend it expeditiously, and they have a good time. But here's the thing. Before I really get into white, my favorite type of people to talk about, white people, um, my daughter says, "Hey, mom, you gonna tell dad? You gonna tell dad?" And then mom says, "Oh yeah, I can't wait to tell you." So we walking and we shopping, and this black lady noticed us. And I said, "This black lady noticed y'all?" She said, "Yeah, this black lady noticed us." And I said, "Oh, yeah, what did she say?" Well, no, I take that back. I said, "How old was she?" She was like, probably above 50, probably 51, 52. I said, "Oh, man, I already knew what it was about to be about. I already knew the conversation." So they bust out laughing, right? They like, "Yeah, you already know." And I said, "Okay, so what did she say?" She said, when she seen us, she said, internet. And I say, "Yeah, that is definitely an older black woman. Probably alone, single, with a dog or a puppy or a bunch of cats. Um, or maybe she with a Pookie and Ray Ray." But she said, internet. She called my wife internet, right? And so Rita was like, Rita's always sweet. Like, "Oh, hi, how's it going? How's everything doing?" And she was like, "Girl, I like you a lot and all of this other type of stuff, but that Anton." And so Rita like, "What about him? What you think about him?" And so this older, funky black woman. Now my wife didn't call you funky, and I didn't get an opportunity to see you because I don't know what you look like, but I can pretty much imagine based off of the description. And my wife tried to be generous with the description of you, but I know what the fuck you really look like. She says, "Girl, I feel sorry for you." So Rita like, "I don't know why you feeling sorry for me because I'm in a great space. I'm awesome. I'm great. But no, listen, I understand what you're saying or whatever because Rita get it, right? Rita gonna play along or whatever like that." And so she like, "I mean, that Anton, the way he is on black women, the way he is on black women." Here's the cherry on top. Here's the cherry on top, y'all. Oh, here's the cherry on top. Then she gonna look over to my daughter and say, I forgot what she said to my. Hold on, I got to call because I don't want to mix up the words.
Hello.
Hey, you busy?
Getting my hair done.
Always getting always something, always getting taken care of and pampered. What did this lady say when she called? I mean, when you ran into her when y'all was shopping, you and Leslie yesterday.
She said that she was crazy.
She said that I was crazy, and then what did she say to Leslie?
She said that she just apologized to Leslie for calling you crazy, but she said that she admires me, that you crazy, and that she don't understand why people get mad at what you say.
But no, what did she say what was the attitude when she first approached you?
She was nice, but I can kind of I picked up that she may not necessarily agree with everything that you say or like everything that you say.
And she said I say stuff to do what to people?
Make people mad.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you, love.
Hey, Anton.
What? I'm on a live stream, girl.
I know. Did you check your calendar?
What's on my calendar?
Nothing. All right, I'll talk to you
wait,
later.
wait. Hold on. Let me look at it. Let me look at my calendar. I'm pulling it up now. No, Rita. Rita, why did you do that?
Bye. Have a good day.
Honey, don't do that.
Have a great day.
Oh, my God.
Say hi to Jazz. Hello.
Suck a fat one, Jazz.
You're going to be getting some rest today.
Bye, girl.
Bye.
This chick, let me tell you what my wife did. Before I get into these evil hyenas, 1 second. So Rita gonna say that I check my calendar. I go and look at my calendar and she didn't clear my calls for the rest of the day and then scheduled me for a mental health day. She gonna schedule me for a mental health day. I'm probably sure that includes some massages and movies and all of this other type of stuff. Honey, I got stuff that I gotta do. You cannot be scheduling me for no mental health day. How you gonna clear my calendar? I got a lot of calls to make. I got a lot of business to take care of. Oh, Rita, no. Oh my God. Anyways, let's get back to these hyenas. So, how you gonna apologize to my daughter for calling her father crazy in public? How you gonna apologize? My daughter's sitting there and she laughing at you. She laughing at you. And she say that she think that I say things to make women and people mad and black women mad, but it's not. It's not. I say things because it's true. I say things because it's true. And see, the women that's in here, you can see them right here. You know what I'm saying? Persevere Data TV, I'm supposed to be talking to you today. Kicking my butt. I say things because it's true. And here's the thing. The women that's in here that's rocking with me, the Bellas, the Heather Woods, the Natashas, all of y'all, all of my ladies in here. Y'all know who it is. What's up to all of my ladies in here? I rock with y'all. Sabrina, what's up, Mary? What's up? What's up, all of my ladies that's popping off in here? Brandy, what up, though? Treese, our streets in the building. All of my ladies, they understand. And they pop out and they come and see me at the meetups and all of that other type of stuff. And they get it. And they be like, I love you, Anton. I love you, Anton, because you know why? Because either they're evolving to change because they understand that I'm actually telling them the thing that's in their best interest, or it don't hit them because it's not necessarily for them. What up, Treese? What up, Chelsea? It don't hit them because it's not for them, right? My mentors are some of the toughest guys that I've ever met in my entire life, and they've been my mentor for a long time. And you know what I've learned about dealing with them and dealing with my father is that they established a relationship with me first so that they can tell me the truth about how it is that I need to actually level up and become greater. And as a result, I'm built for this. I'm not worried about what it is that people say about me. I'm worried about whether or not I need to do something in order to become a greater version of myself. So when you see these women get triggered or when you see these older black women feeling a certain type of way, it's because it's the truth. You can't get mad at something that's not true about you. You can't start feeling a certain type of way unless yo, I have people, literally, somebody tagged me today. They be sending me crazy emails and everything like that, right? And somebody tagged me today and said, and then, it's from a ghost account. So people actually take time to create a alternative ghost account in order to then post or go through your social media, right? They go through my wife's social media and they find out that my wife and my brother and my sister-in-law and all of that, they was on Family Feud with Steve, as though this is a secret, but they was on Family Feud. And it's like, new information about Anton, his family was on Family Feud. And it's like, yo, if I've never met you before in real life, but you actually lose sleep, or in real life, you then, as a result of what it is that I say on the internet, it bothers you so much to where you go out of your way to feel a certain type of way about me, then that means I'm blessed. That means you winning. That means you telling the truth. That means that you're a reflection of what it is that Christ said that you need to do. No. I don't want y'all to look at this as a bad thing. I want y'all to understand that this is a good thing. If somebody feels a certain type of way about whatever it is that you talking about, that means it resonate. You're never going to piss me off or get me to jump outside of what it is that's best for me or fumble a bag if it's not something that truly resonate with me. It's not meaningful to me. See, when I had this interaction with this white man, and I actually documented it and I left it up, and it's on a video on the Anton Daniels channel. Y'all can go back and check that out. And he felt a certain type of way because I pulled up in that Porsche and I was talking on my camera, and he felt inferior about it. And so the natural reaction from most black people is to jump off and hit him as soon as he get in my space. And for what? For what? You winning. You blessed. And when you start to become blessed, and when you start to actually live in your purpose, and you actually doing the things that God wants you to do, you're going to have shots thrown at you. That's just a part of the game. It ain't not one person that I've ever seen that has become successful that did not have somebody that didn't like them as a result of it, especially in the social media age. It's okay. Y'all need to get the game and learn. And so one of the things that I'm very thankful for is the early lessons in my life of failing and going through stuff and being raised in a hood, because what it did is it prepared me. It girded me up for this moment right here, right now. I'm not worried about what black women think. I'm only worried about hitting my target. I'm shooting, and I'm hitting every single target that I need to hit every single day. I'm not worried about what black women are bothered by. It means that it's the truth. Hopefully, and somewhere in that, it's a black woman that message resonate with, and they say, you know what, I need to move a little bit differently so I don't find myself getting divorced from my husband that truly loved me. I need to remove myself from taking advice from these other women that's single baby mamas. Why am I taking advice from single baby mamas when I can actually listen to somebody that understands how to be successfully married? Why am I letting these women ruin my marriage and having me remove myself from the covering that I have over me in order to go out here and have to work and survive and try to compete against somebody like Anton and Kojak and all of the other guys that's in the chat? Huh? Why are you so worried about what other people think about you instead of being more focused on how it is that you can continue to go towards whatever it is that you're supposed to be? You're going to let these funky, ugly black hoes, and it's a difference between a hoe and a woman, you're going to let these funky, ugly black hoes have you out here single and looking dumb, and they ain't going to give you no money to be able to pay your rent. You going to leave your husband. You going to walk away from the person that committed to you enough to actually give you his last name in order to substantiate or hang out with women that don't have your best interest at heart. They'll leave you in 5 seconds if they found a man that was just as good as your husband. As a matter of fact, it's a strong possibility that those same women that's giving you advice is actually interested in your husband. Don't think for 1 second that these women are sleeping and that they don't want that man that you already with. They probably finessing you. They probably throwing you under the bus. I ain't never seen no real friend be supportive of a friend fumbling the bag. That ain't no friend. That's not a friend. That's a hater. That's a person that hates you. If a person tell you that they love you and they there for you, but they there for you in a time that you actually doing something bad and they're not holding you accountable in order to get you to that bag, get you back to that bag, that's not a friend. Just because somebody is nice to you or they good with you or they cool with you, that's not a friend. You know, I was looking at I was browsing through social media and I was checking out some people's profiles, right? Because I do research and I try to understand who it is that the people is happening. And when I see people hanging out with people that I don't like, that's a red flag for me. It's a red flag for me. Let me give y'all one more piece of advice really quickly. If you rocking with me, if you got shows with me, if you got business with me, stay off these panels, man. I had somebody that DM'd me last night and they was concerned and they're like, Anton, this and that, this is going on or whatever, so on and so forth, and this is happening on this panel and all of that other type of junk. And I said, yo, stay off the fucking panels. Everybody don't have to see you all the time, especially if you're a woman. Everybody don't have to see you all the time, especially if you're a woman. Come under Big Daddy. Come under my covering and let me guide you. Let me groom you, let me guide you, and let me put you in a position of power. All right? The minute that you start stepping outside of your purpose and your covering as a woman, you start to find yourself catching shots because you have no protection. When I tell you to do something, I'm doing it for your best interest in order to remove you from the situation that could not be good for you. Get rid of them dusty friends. Stop hanging out with people that's not in your best interest. Stop kicking it with people that's going to come back to bite you. And stay away from these older women from giving you advice, especially with regard to dating or your relationship, because they going to mess you up. They going to mess you up. All right? Let's get into the show. Now, this live stream, ladies and gentlemen, is inspired by, for those of you that weren't here yesterday, make sure you hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. If you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you tap into the Patreon, get that Teach Pack, 30% off your first order plus a free gift. This live stream today, Powerless is the name that I named it, is inspired by a person that popped up in my chat. Now, I have a phenomenal memory, and so sometimes people pop up and they think that I don't remember who they were because of how many live streams that I do and how busy I am and all of the business that I got going on and all of this other type of stuff. But I remember, I can think about all of the different things that resonated in my mind. And when I'm having conversation with people, often at times what happens is there's something that you do or say that sear into my mind. And so when I seen a guy pop up yesterday and his name just so happened to be Paul Unslaved, we're going to get into him in a minute. It was a light bulb moment because it's an opportunity for me to teach you guys the truth. This is the truth today. This is just as much as a money opportunity because everything comes back to the money as it is a truth opportunity, right? And the truth is this: there is no weaker person on the face of this earth, especially as it relates to the United States of America. And I'm going to explain to you why. There is no weaker being on the face of this earth, unprotected, unsupported, unloved, easily cancelable, in no way, shape, or form should any person, including other people of this exact same demographic, should be fearful of a white man. You have been lied to, ladies and gentlemen, by people specifically that look like you. You have not been lied to the system or lied by the system. You haven't been lied to by white people or white men or white women or anything like that. You've been lied to by other people that look like you that then give you this false narrative in order to keep you in fear because they've been taught wrong also. But we're going to unlock it today. We gonna have a real show and there is no show that is better on YouTube, especially as it relates to morning shows, coming back to the money and coming back to the truth, than this show, the Millionaire Morning Show right here. If you're not subscribed, if you don't have your notifications on, it's gonna get ugly. All right. There is no more of a powerless person than a white man. Hear me out. I need you to truly understand this. You know why black women say that they're gonna get them a white man? Is because they disillusioned. They disillusioned. Not the black women, the white man. Now we not talking about white men of yesteryear. We're not talking about white men of 200 years ago, 300 years ago, 400 years ago, 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago. Those dudes I have respect for. Not admiration, not love. I have respect for, because you can even respect your enemies. You can respect your enemies. You can respect the people that you love. You can respect your enemies. You can respect people that are oppositions. You can respect people. You can respect people from all walks of life. But the one thing that you can't say is that they didn't stand on a square for whatever it was that they believed in. If they wanted to go over and take over your fucking land, that's what they was going to go and do. They knew that they were inferior with regard to how strong they were. Right? They can't jump higher than you. They can't run faster than you. Did you know that hockey was actually invented by black people? I bet you didn't know that. You thought that they had one sport over you. They don't. Hockey was not invented by white people. It was invented by black people. That is a fact. And so what happens is you use your physical, throughout history, what we've depended on is our physical attributes instead of using the most important muscle that we have in our body is here. This is the most important muscle that you have in your body. And the minute that the world woke up, because black people is still asleep, but the minute that the world woke up and they realized that, oh, wait a minute, not only am I physically stronger than you, but I can overpower you as long as I can outthink you, then it put white men specifically at a disadvantage. Let me kick it with you for a second, and then we're going to get into the show, all right? White men have no support. They're losing their hold on everything. Did you know that the overwhelming majority of the people that are on social services are white? The overwhelming majority of the people that we then use our tax dollars in order to support are white. Have y'all ever been through a poor white community? Have you ever drove through a trailer park? All you got to do is walk downtown in any of these local urban communities, and I guarantee you, you will see more white people broken on social services. If you go to the welfare office, overwhelmingly, it's white people. This is a fact. This is not my opinion. This is not my thoughts. This is a fact. When you see these conversations happening online, as far as feminism and men going their own way and all of this other type of stuff, that started with white men. That wasn't a black man thing. When you see feminism and the rise to prominence of feminism at all, that wasn't a black woman thing. That's a white woman thing that got fed up with dealing with a certain type of man that didn't no longer had any. A white woman or white women realized that the white man no longer had any real power over them, and so they started the feminism movement, and then they got smarter than them and recruited black women in order to come over there and support them as a result of it. That's not even your thing. That's not even your movement. That's not even anything that you were supposed to be involved with in the first place. And then what did black people do? They followed white women and white men into the same mire because you continue to herald them and you continue to pedestalize them. You still think that it's the white power structure when every other community have stepped outside of your thought process and have a higher household income on average than the people that you think the system is really made for. Why are so many of them on welfare? Why are they the ones that actually started the men go your own way? Why are they not at the top if the system is built for them? Why are they overwhelmingly the ones that started van life? Van life, we reviewed this the other week. Van life ain't a black people thing. This is black people following white people to go and live in their vans because now y'all want to be homeless just like them. You following them because you think that they better than you, when in reality, they chasing you in order to become you because they realize that inherently you are a king. You just didn't realize that you had your crown on. Because you never looked in the mirror. You too busy looking outside the window to try to understand what somebody else is doing, or look at them and point the finger instead of looking in the mirror and realizing that you had a crown on your head. So you continuing to follow them to the bottom of the pit, and you don't even understand the cultural differences, right? I'll give you an example. I'll give you a perfect example. You ready? All right, let's go. You hold black people accountable, right? Right? And you say that we need to stay on code with other black people. Don't you know that white people realize that other white people ain't as good as them and they separate themselves? Amongst them, it's not even about whether or not you white or not. It's about whether or not you a good white person and you actually have class and you have enough money to even be able to get in their neighborhood. They don't want listen, white people that have morals, principles, and money don't want to deal with other white people that they consider trash. That's a fact. They separate themselves. Did you know that Trump's prominence and rise to power didn't come on the heels of anything other than other white people that felt disenfranchised? Think about this. If the white power structure is so prominent and if it's so great, then why do we have white people feeling disenfranchised to the point to where they have to galvanize behind a candidate that they didn't even like? And Trump was actually more aligned with the black culture and the hip hop community more than he was with the white power structure. So if that be true, right? Because you don't realize that throughout his life, if you look at his campaign documents, Trump donated to both the Democrat and the Republican side because he was looking at it from a class perspective, not based off of what you think that it is. And then he resonated with a group of people, and the overwhelming majority of them people that was storming the Capitol was poor white people. It wasn't prominent people. Listen. We're going to get into it. I'm going to read super chats throughout the show. What I need y'all to understand today is that you are not inferior. You are in no way, shape, or form behind the 8 ball. They are not better than you. It is not a person on the face of this earth that you can sit here and say is actually in a better position than you. You just have not realized it. So you keep thinking that somebody is holding you down. And the reality is that it's you versus you. I posted this on Twitter the other day. If you're not following me on Instagram and Twitter, make sure you do so. The links is in the description. It's you versus you. You the only person that can stop you. Remove the cover from your eyes. Remove the thing that's over your eyes that you think is preventing you from being successful and lean more into what God has for you. Nobody can stop you but you. I don't have any fear. I don't fear anybody. I don't fear a white man. I don't fear a white woman. I definitely don't fear black women. I don't fear other black men. I don't fear anything. The only thing I do is continue to do what I do, and I'm going to live in my purpose, and I'm going to lean heavily into it. Heavily into it. Y'all was so upset about Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes don't even have a platform to speak on. Nick Fuentes is nothing. Nick Fuentes was latching on to Kanye trying to get some traction. Broke, dusted, disgusted, has nothing, no following, no power, no real money, no real opportunity for change. Why you think he protesting so much? Protests are for poor people. Poor people are the ones that ask for reparations. Poor people are the ones that ask for somebody to help them and give them some more and invest in their community and acknowledge their pain. Nick Fuentes don't have no power. You so riled up about something that don't even affect you. They have no power whatsoever. They got to ask you to get on your platform because the system banned them. Now, if the system was so prominently against us, then how is it that they're the ones that's banned and removed from it? Black women got more power than white men in this country in 2023. Now, ain't that some shit? Black women got more power than white men in this country in 2023. Ain't that some shit? You got all of the things. The diversity inclusion committee is going to make sure that they get you a job. They're going to make sure that you don't fall on your feet or that you don't fall on your face. If you go out there in California right now, when you go over into these homeless camps and you see the people that's living in the woods in Florida because they don't have no ability to be able to escape the actual the state because they on the sex offenders list, but then they have to still be able to live. They all in these little hidden little crevices inside of the Florida woods trying to fight off the alligators because they don't have nowhere to go. If the structure is set up for them to win, then why they so behind the 8 ball? Why they begging you? You just ain't realized your power yet. You didn't realize how great you was. And so you still thinking that you're behind the 8 ball. In reality, it's yours to take. I'm going to get into the show, but let me just leave you with this point. Think about it. Of all the things that was done to your ancestors and the ways that they literally tried to kill you off, you still here. You still here. Your existence on this earth was predestined before the formation of the earth. It was nothing and no one that can stop you. It was nothing and nobody that could stop you. If they couldn't stop you then, what makes you think that they can stop you now? They couldn't stop you then. They damn sure can't stop you now. You got the wind behind your back. It's nothing that anybody can do to stop you from being successful. There is nobody, in my opinion, that is more hated on the internet than me right now. And you know what I do? You know what I showed them on? You know what I showed them inside of the Patreon? How big my bags are that I'm busting down. You know the type of life that I live? A phenomenal one. If I can have more hate videos made by me, if my wife can go out there and it's an older, ugly black woman that's feeling a certain type of way, apologizing to a rich woman because she don't like what it is that her husband said, and I can sit here and continue to live phenomenally, flying first class Delta One, riding in the best cars, living in my purpose, and about to go and get a massage this afternoon. What the fuck is your excuse? Why are you sitting here wasting time feeling a certain type of way? Ain't nobody even checking for you. Ain't nobody even after you. Ain't nobody researching you. Ain't nobody checking, trying to figure out where you live and none of that shit. So if I'm able to live in my purpose, what excuse do you have? It certainly ain't the white man. Oh, we gonna get into it. We gonna get into it. Let me read a couple of these super chats and then we gonna get it popping for the day. Shout out to Classy Beat says, take it easy on them, AD. Yesterday was too much heat. Oh, no. We gonna get into it. We gonna get into it. Persevere Data TV says, Rita trying to fumble my call. Cliff Williams in the building says, Anton, you just described how black women were subverted into feminism. I know. I'm gonna hit him with it today. Chike Auto LLC says, Donald Trump is my ninja. I like men that think like Donald Trump. He is the white outside, the black inside. He my dog, man. Trump 2024, 25, 26, and 27. Shout out to all of the people that support the platform. Shout out to Mike, that dude, for the early Cash App. We gonna get into it. So, who is this guy? Who is this guy? I'm going to show you people the prototype of people that have no power, that somehow, some way you feel as though they have more power than they really have over you. But we're going to have a conversation today because I'm going to unlock you. I'm going to show you the truth. And I don't want you to be out here feeling a certain type of way about your lot in life when you got everything and every opportunity in order to win. So yesterday we had this guy jump up on the panel or jump in my chat. He should have just shut the fuck up and stayed out of my way. Yesterday we had this person that jumped into my chat, and his name just so happened to be Paul Unslaved, as though he has any right to have slaved in his name in the first place. And these are the people that are running in the Victim Olympics the most. Who is this guy with the buzz cut that's never been in the military before? Well, we're going to have a conversation. Now, it was a strong possibility that I was not going to do a live stream about this guy because I was just like, he's just a sucker. He don't really mean anything. I remember him on the panel and all of that other type of stuff, right? Then I get an email. And the email was from some person that was working with Paul Unslaved or something like that, that was really trying to convince me of how I needed to see things differently about Paul Unslaved. And I said, no, you didn't. No, you didn't ever try to tell me or convince me of how it is that I am supposed to move differently on my platform, and then you tried to use God as a result of it in order to try to convince me of differently. And now you really just put the battery in my back. You put the battery in my back, right? Because now I'm feeling a certain type of way. Now I feel like it's important for me to have this conversation because nobody is going to tell me what to do with my platform. And that now I know that he was feeling a certain type of way, right? Because that means that I got to him. That's what it means. It means that I got to him. See if I can find a little bit of this email. I ain't gonna say who he is. Let me see. What was that, yesterday? What was yesterday? The 22nd? I got a lot of emails yesterday. Package. Here we go. Anton, I was introduced to you and your channel today from Paul Unslaved. I'm a new subscriber and I would love an opportunity to change your mind on a few things I heard you say today. In your original stream, Public Enemy #1 from earlier today, you wore a sweatshirt. Now, this is how they try to play on you, right? Because they try to use God in order to be able to get you to do things a little bit differently. You wore a sweatshirt with a message: follow God, not culture, and a hat that says live with no fear. I'm going to be reading super chats throughout the show. This is a message that should be done through God. And I have goals to reconstruct culture. We should co-create, or this is a world for us to co-create. I'm a very spiritual white man whose path and faith has brought me to spending time with Paul Unslaved and growing in my own social media presence. You have all obviously already achieved greatness, and your following is apparently greater than Paul and I combined right now. You don't say. You don't say. I am more, not the white man acknowledging that I'm more powerful than him and him combined. And today, through my experience with Paul, God introduced me to you as well. Well, then that means that you're going to get this work, right? I'd love to hear back. This is me replying to you. And we can find a convenient way for us to talk. We could even set up a public conversation. Well, what do you think that I'm doing right now? With the purpose of inspiring and transforming lives. Stay blessed. Well, here, I'm going to just say Jack. Well, Jack, here's my response. And I'm not sure if you're a new subscriber and you're unfamiliar with my work, but Paul should have told you. First, the thing that Paul should have told you was Paul should have told you about his egregious behavior and the things that he said about my family inside of the chat yesterday that caused me to then have to do this live stream in the first place, Jack. The second thing that he should have told you is his disrespectful rhetoric when I was reacting to a video that had nothing to do with him outside of the fact that the person that I was talking to had the exact same hue on their skin as him. Isn't it interesting? Think about it, y'all. We never see any white person come out to say anything inside of the chat. And y'all know me. I'm an equal accountability smoke giver, and I don't align with the blackity blacks either. But I do reactions and live streams on Asians and Indians and Patrick Bet-David and looking at how people do their money and black women and black men. And we have these conversations every day. But I do one reaction to Rollo Tomasi and Destiny. And now all of a sudden we got a white man all of a sudden feeling a certain type of way in order to try to emasculate me and tell me that I'm living in my femininity on a live stream. Well, Jack, this is what I need you to do. Take your cape off and hold Paul accountable. Similar to how I'm going to hold him accountable today. Because we're going to have a completely different conversation today, Jack. I'm not interested in having a conversation. You are not a bag chaser, so it's no reason for you to even have my phone number, right? I'm not interested in singing kumbayas and talking about God. I study the Bible every day, and I'm cool with that. I already got a home church. I'm good. Any person that's sitting here trying to use their platform in order to get more visibility as a result of me, but can't add any value into my life should not be on my platform. And again, you're not a bag chaser. I've never seen you at a meetup, so it's no reason for me to have a conversation with you. I am what your forefathers used to be. I am a savage. I am unapologetic. I truly don't give a fuck about your feelings. I am not the type of Christian that you used to. I'm a different type of Christian. I'm the type of Christian that do the dirty work. I get in the mud. And so Paul never asked for forgiveness. So I have none for him. And I'm going to unlock exactly who y'all are and what y'all really are today. All right? So this one is for you, Jack. Paul. Let's figure out who Paul is. Let's do a little bit of research, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do a little bit of research. Paul. Enslaved. Paul enslaved. This is Paul enslaved. Paul enslaved, ladies and gentlemen, Paul enslaved, ladies and gentlemen, is a white man with a buzz cut that apparently has been banned from YouTube multiple times for acting like he knew what he was doing and having conversations, spreading misinformation on a platform that was inherently, according to the white system, was supposed to be built for y'all, right? No? Let's find out more about him. This is the type of content that he posts. This is one of his channels, apparently. Edit, getting slaved up. Jack gets emotional about his skid marked, who knows? 24-hour countdown to PIMP launch. Wow. Interesting. How about we go ahead and check out one of these videos and see. Let's look at the 24-hour countdown.
Greetings, slaves.
You want to wait.
No.
Wow. What a way to start off a video. What a way to start off a video. Is this the person, Jack, that you would like for me to then remove myself from having a conversation for that you just tried to save? A white man with a red beard and crooked teeth that's being held accountable by his girl that's sitting literally in the seat that's next to him. Neither here nor there. Let's continue to hear what he has to say.
I'm not going to wait. Yes, I'm pulling through Taco Bell's drive-thru.
So as this man sits in his car in the Taco Bell drive-thru, typing hard in my chat, feeling like he can hold me accountable, this is the type of person that y'all fear? Is this the white man who's ahead of the white power structure that they built the system for? Don't worry about it. We gonna get into it today.
I'm not proud to say it, but I'll go ahead and be candid. Now, with that said, you may be aware of the recent bannings for misinformations. That's the claim, the allegations. Completely false. Unfounded. With that said, though, we're going to be going live over here tomorrow because, you know, we have two channels. They're obviously nothing alike, okay?
We don't want to hear any more, Paul. We don't want to hear any more, Paul. Let's see what else we can find about Paul enslaved out here in these streets. Paul, what are you doing? What are you doing, Paul? Let's see how Paul lives his life, all right? Let's go ahead and go into... So... First thing that comes up when I do it, banned, video, police right to stop, all of that. Okay, so let's go to the second video.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going, bud?
Good. I'm Officer Rosendahl, the Fresno Valley Police Department.
All right, how you doing?
Good. I'm pulling you over because you don't have a license plate.
Okay, so can I just give you kind of what my understanding is and...
Yeah, I'm willing to hear you out.
Okay, so
from what I see happening right here, Paul is not even supposed to be on YouTube, okay? Paul has been banned from YouTube, so he's not even supposed to be in my chat in the first place. But Paul has found a way, similar to so many other dusty black people that I see, in order to be able to try to get back on the stream by starting multiple different channels. And now he's out here getting pulled over, just like some of these dusty black folks. He's over here getting pulled over by the popo. Now, isn't this the same story that I see happening with black people? Paul, tell me you're not over here getting pulled over by other white cops. The same thing that I see black people getting mad and feeling some type of way about it. And instead of you presenting your license, registration, and insurance, you think that the system was set up for you. Okay, well, let's see how this plays out. I'm curious, Paul.
right, I understand the law. We have a right to travel, right? This has been upheld in the Supreme Court over and over again. I have given notice to Prescott and Prescott Valley Police Department of who and what I am. All right, I'm a private man moving my property from point A to point B.
Okay, hold on, wait. Prescott Valley. Where's Prescott Valley? So he's in Prescott Valley, Arizona. All right. Overwhelmingly white. Okay, cool. So you're in Prescott Valley, Arizona, Paul. Let's go back to the video.
As I said, I'm not driving a motor vehicle. I'm not a citizen. I'm not an inhabitant of the municipality. I'm not a resident. I'm not a person.
Okay. Do you have a driver's license?
After he get done with all of this sovereign citizenship bullshit, listen, motherfucker, do you have a license and do you got a registration and insurance? We don't want to hear that shit. Listen, this is what I've learned about the system. They don't care about what color you are, fam. Do you got a license and a registration? This is the type of man that y'all sitting here telling me that the system was made for. Okay, let's see what this dusty motherfucker got going on. I'm genuinely curious.
Absolutely not, because I'm not driving, right? In the code, under the code, right? In the federal law, Driving is actually defined as a commercial term.
Okay. Do you have any weapons or anything like that in the vehicle?
I would rather not answer any questions, sir.
Okay. Hang tight.
Okay.
Now, from all intents and purposes, this looks like a video in which Paul feels as though he's escaped the Matrix. No, I don't have a license. I'd rather not say. I don't want to have a conversation. And so this is what a lot of y'all feel is white privilege. I see a lot of Hebrew Israelites having this same conversation, feeling like they're a sovereign citizen. You ain't. Oh, you sly dog, Paul. You thought that the white power system was going to prevent me from continuing to bring you on a Summer Dram screen. But guess what, Paul? We're still here. We still here. We fall down, but we get up. We fall down, but we get up. But a saint was just a sinner who fell down. But we get up. But we get up. We fall down. But we get up. Where my choir in the background singing for me, audience. But a saint is just the sinner who fell down. But we get up. It's your turn, motherfucker. All right, let's get back into Paul, ladies and gentlemen. He thought that he got off, but we get up. We get up. Look at him. He feeling safe. He feeling safe. Oh, my Jesus. Y'all got me sweating in here. Oh, my goodness. Look at him. He's sitting there chilling. He thought that he told the police off. Let me see if I can fast forward a little bit.
I'm going to get out and just have a conversation with him.
You know, you're not going to get out. Paul said he's about to get out and have a conversation. Paul, did you just get out the car?
Hey, so I just wanted... All right, yeah, I just wanted to give you a little bit more information. Okay, not a problem.
You see that? You see that? Paul thought he was special. Paul, unslaved, thought that he was going to get out and have a conversation with the police officer. That police officer said, listen. Get your white ass back in that car. Listen, I understand what you thought that you was going to do. Paul, get your fucking crooked teeth back in that fucking car before I come over there and put you in your place. Y'all thought that these people were special. They not. Have y'all ever seen a meth head? Meth heads aren't really black. They white. How they deal with poor white folk is a completely different way in which they deal with successful white folk. This is a class war. This ain't what Paul thought it was. Get your white ass back in that car with that buzz cut. You not Eminem, you not Paul Wall, and you definitely not Bubba Sparks. I rock with Bubba Sparks. Shout out to Bubba Sparks. I rock with Bubba Sparks. But we definitely ain't going for it, Paul. Get your white ass back in that car. Let's see how this plays out.
So, yeah.
What the fuck he checked?
Moving property. Stopped. Prescott Valley.
You know you're going to jail, Paul. You know you're going. When a man starts to evaluate his options and he's talking to himself, it's only two situations that happen in. Either you know you're going to jail, or your girl just caught you doing something that you wasn't supposed to do. When you start reciting things back to yourself, I'm reading super chat shortly. When you start reciting stuff back to yourself, it's only one of two things that's gonna happen. You going to jail, or your girl just caught you doing something that you wasn't supposed to do. Okay, Paul, let's see how this plays out. I'm curious as to how Paul is going to get himself out of this situation, because it's not enough that he's white. He just told the cop, listen, I'm about to go out here and have a conversation with you. The cop said, sit your white ass back in that car. We don't respect you. You over there with your cloth seats. It's a strong possibility that your car is smashed in the front. Okay, Paul, let's get into it.
Yeah, I guess he's going to make a call, see what they say, and get back to me.
Okay. Let's go there, Paul. Let's see how that plays out. He's going to make a call, see how that goes, and he's going to get back to me. Okay. All right, Hoyt.
So we got another one showing up on the scene here.
Look how you looking in the mirror. Cop got to be walking up. Mm-hmm. Showtime, nigga.
How you doing, bud?
Hands where I can see him, please. On the steering wheel. On the steering wheel.
Sir,
On the steering wheel.
are you giving me an order, sir? Or?
Yes.
Okay, can I just have your first and last name, and can I have your W-9 information, please? Because
I need you to step out of the car.
I would rather not.
Step out of the car.
Okay.
Step out of the car and
We can have a conversation.
Go back to the car. Just keep an eye on his hands. Sir, keep your hands where we can see them.
Oh, they said put your hands on behind your back and spread your legs. Oh my God. You thought you were special. You thought that you had some kind of citizenship and was above the law, Paul. So this is what you do. You get in the car with no license, no registration, no job, no insurance. And you walk around and you permit our police department from doing other things and solving crimes by being out here riding dirty. And then you give them your little dumbass speech only to get your ass pulled up out of the car. What's the name of this video? Prescott Valley Police Department says no right to travel, takes me out of the car and steals the car for $1,000 ransom. No, let me give you the real thing of what it really is supposed to say. I got arrested for not having license, registration, and insurance. And they didn't steal my car. They impounded it and then made me pay $1,000 fine in order to get it back. And I had to bail myself out of jail. You thought you was special, Paul, but you found out today, huh? You just like every other person that think that they special and that they got a certain right in order to bother the police, but your ass is the same. You not special. You not different. Let me show you the face of a man. Look, check it out. Let's scrub through this. What? Paul never got back in the car. This is a 43-minute video. Paul never got back in the car. Look at the police back there. Look. They about to search your vehicle, Paul. They gonna search your vehicle. For some reason, y'all thought that these poor white people was better than you. They not. Paul never came back to his car. They locked the doors. They called the tow truck and they shipped it straight to the pound. Straight to the pound. So now that we realize what we dealing with, as far as the type of people that come on these live streams and think that they special, you thought you was special. Navigating the matrix. So you drive around bothering white people, bothering good white people, antagonizing them and messing up, spreading misinformation and messing up what's going on. Okay, I see what we dealing with here. Okay, Paul. And y'all think that these people is better than y'all. Y'all think that these people are better than y'all. Now, I did lose some of the super chats, but I appreciate y'all. When they tried to make us fall down, what happened was I lost some of the super chats. So I'm going to read the ones that I got. And then I'm going to acknowledge the rest of them tomorrow because I got to go through and back through and watch the live stream. Marriage, Politics, and Sports says, and the choir sang. Love C says, Paul thought he was Dave Chappelle's friend. No, you're not. Nope. Levi Apparel says, thank you, Anton. It's a class war for the longest. And that's what I want to make sure that y'all understand that. I want to make sure that y'all understand this, all right? Let's deep dive. Because, Paul, this is what you did to your people. You did this to your people. I'm curious. Where y'all think that this whole MGTOW movement? Thank y'all for the super chats. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications. I'm apologizing for the people that I couldn't get to as far as the super chats because the super chats disappeared when they tried to cancel me. But we back. We fell down, but we got back up. So I apologize for that. Definitely going to acknowledge y'all tomorrow. But what is this whole thing? This fight, right? The whole red pill movement. I watched a video on Amazon, and on Amazon, they were having this whole conversation about a red pill movement, right? And so when you learn to understand what the red pill is, you become a little bit more informed. But here's the question that we really need to ask ourselves. Where did it come from? Where did it come from? Right? We live in a country where strong white men somehow negotiated and finessed themselves into taking over an entire country and then saying that they founded it. They moved all of the Indians on the reservations. They contracted with other black people in order to sell their people over here in order to continue to build up this country. Listen, winners win. I'm with it. I'm with it. Winners win. Right? And then somehow, some way, they kids and they kids fell flat. And now we exist in a society where white men have lost America. Ain't that crazy to think about? That white men have lost America? This is crazy. I never thought the day that I'd see white men literally at the forefront of a movement in which they're no longer in control of what happens here in America. But here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Now we have men in baseball caps protesting against their women. It started with white men. It didn't start with black men. Now we have white men can't go to a baseball game. Now we have white men that is no longer respected by their women. Now we have white men, which the election is not even determined. Yo, in order for Joe Biden to get into the White House, he had to have a black woman by his side. And y'all think that these people is more powerful than you? Let me show you what these people is living like.
Way I pulled into once I had that installed, I bottomed out bad and actually broke one of the 4 screws that were on the anti-wobble mechanism. So I ditched that immediately when my new 9-foot ramp arrived and brought the height back up to normal. You'll see. So
if you've been living under a rock, y'all, these men are the biggest advocates for and the inventors of van life. They have no respect in their household. They are not respected by their children. And so now men going their own way, which had started with them. They were the ones that was getting finessed in family court first. Now they living in RVs and vans. They were the one that started the thing that we now embrace. We now have adopted the thing that is worse for them. And listen, this is a man with a hoodie on, living in his van, talking about going his own way. Okay, well, let's see what he got to say, because I actually have not seen this video yet. This was an example of what you guys sent me, because you know I was going to be doing this live stream today. Shout out to D. We going to get into it.
what I'm going to do is show you how easy it is to load it with just this 9-foot.
We're not interested. Listen, sir. We're not interested in knowing about that, because we're not going to be living in our van. We're bag chasers over here.
Titan ramp is 4.5 feet folded 9 feet long and bowed. I'll show you.
Now, what if somebody steal his house? What if somebody steal his house? What if somebody comes by and steals his house? Listen, this was supposed to be the American dream, and these people are living in the woods, talking about going their own way as though somebody is supposed to be following them. Let's move forward. I want to see what he got to say about this whole MGTOW thing.
Off the course and points a different direction. I want to talk about this mainly because I don't want my viewers to get the wrong idea. I don't want anyone to misinterpret what that might be or what my motivations are. I want it to come from me, and then we can kind of move past it, because I know there's a lot of people out there that create their own weird definitions of everything, and that can be really sad. I mean, so that's where we're going to go with it. This symbol right here stands for MGTOW. And I'll bet 98% of my viewers watching this have no idea what that means.
We know what it means. It means that you're poor, broken, unrespected, undesired. These are the undesirables. Listen, if we gonna be 100, if we gonna keep it real, let's just keep it 100% real. These are the undesirables. These are the type of men that black women are saying that they're gonna leave us for. He literally took an image that he got off the internet, a sign that says that the road is about to be going this way, and he made it his logo and he put it on his hat. He don't even have no address. He has no address. He don't pay no property taxes. He don't contribute to what it is that we got going on in society. He don't help build the infrastructure. This is the undesirable. Is this what y'all gonna leave us for? Okay, so not only are you going to go with a dude that's homeless and don't have no address, and you're going to get little penis. Okay, all right. So tell us, Jason, John, Jack, Grakowski, his name probably ends with a ski in the end of it. Tell us, what is MGTOW, sir?
But MGTOW stands for men going their own way. And the official definition of MGTOW, here, I'll just read it word for word here, is men going their own way is a statement of self-ownership, where the modern man preserves and protects.
Wow. Wow. Not a mission statement. Not while you sitting on a park bench that's paid for with my tax dollars. Listen, sir. Not a mission statement while you reading it on the tax. Not a mission statement. Talking about the modern man preserves. Okay, read it to us. Okay.
Protects his own sovereignty above all else. It is the manifestation of one word, no. Injecting silly preconceptions and cultural definitions of what a man is. Looking to no one else for social cues. Refusing to bow, serve, or kneel for the opportunity to be treated like a disposable utility. And living according to his own best interests in a world which would rather he didn't.
Meanwhile, every dude that's in my network is literally engineers, doctors, surgeons, software engineers, cybersecurity professionals, business owners, some of the most phenomenal men that I've ever seen in my entire life. And this is y'all king? Okay, well, let's continue then.
You can kind of see how some people can take this the wrong way and say that this is a movement or an organization that hates women, females. There are also some people that say it's a statement of like homosexuality, men who have given up on women and are going a different route or something like that. And I want you to know.
Does all of this sound familiar to y'all? Because I know that y'all, listen, ladies, for all of my ladies that feel a certain type of way about me, does this sound familiar to you? This is literally the thing that y'all say that black men is saying to y'all all the time. But it started with him. It started with his father's father. It started with his father's father. He our king. This is our king, him right here. This is our king. Go ahead, let's continue.
I don't have any ill will towards any woman. I am not one of those people who were burned in a marriage and have to pay child support and alimony and have this deep-seated anger. I don't have any of that. What I have is this natural ability to be happy.
Not somebody walking in your backyard. Sir, who is that person in your backyard walking on your right-hand side? Let me rewind it a little bit.
this natural ability to
Sir. Turn around. You got somebody walking on your property.
be happy and stay happy by myself with my cat without needing a better half or
This dude said I'm about to get a cat and die alone. I'm gonna be happy by myself with my cat. Are these the white men that y'all worship so much that y'all said that got this stranglehold on your success that's preventing you? Is this the man that get the better opportunity than you? I'm just curious. I'm gonna be reading super chat shortly. Are these the type of men that y'all keep telling me that got a better grasp on society and is gonna be first? They're gonna pick him over me. Okay, don't worry about it. Let me see who's gonna be in first place.
Another companion to make me feel whole. Now, I feel whole all the time on the road. I am perfectly happy being single, as I have also had opportunities where I have not been single and I have shared my life with someone. And many of you know how those relationships have ended for me. So being alone and being happy being alone is really a valuable thing for anyone to have, male or female. I mean, you really need to enjoy being by yourself in order to really appreciate life.
You and your cat,
What this means for me is I'm not going to make any extra effort ever to bring a woman into my life to complete me on the road in the RV. This means that I'm going to continue to be happy, single.
Sounds like a hell of a ride. Hey, ladies, anybody interested in joining John Grogowski in his RV and his cat in order to complete him? Is anybody, because I know that y'all keep saying that y'all gonna divest and y'all gonna get y'all a white man. Is anybody looking to complete John Grogowski? That's not his real name. I'm just assuming that he looks like a John Krakowski. Is anybody looking to complete John Krakowski and his little Peter inside of his RV? No? I thought that's what y'all wanted. Okay, don't worry about it.
And keep my focus on what's important, my own health, my own well-being, my own happiness in life, because I only really have one chance of this, and I'm to a point now where I've gotten so good at being alone that I can appreciate the freedom of being able to stay alone. From here on out, I am never going to push the agenda.
You got somebody walking in your backyard again, sir, on your left-hand side. Going the other way. Is somebody walking in your backyard again, sir?
I'm not going to get in any conversation and say, you should do this because, or you should go my way. I keep politics and religion and this type of stuff off of YouTube for a reason, because it really separates people that I don't want to be separated. I want us all to feel like we're all equals. This channel, you and I probably have something in common. We either like pets or we like camping and traveling.
Guess what? We have nothing in common, John. Nothing. I'm not interested in having a pet. I'm not interested in camping. And I'm certainly not interested in traveling like you, sir. And we are not equals. Your forefathers understood that we were not equals, and that's why they conquered everything. And they set the foundation for us to actually be able to really have control over what happens in our household, especially with our women. You think that we equals, John. We not. I'm better than you. I'm better than you. I'm richer than you. I actually got a family. I don't live in my van. I'm not in the woods. I don't have people walking in my backyard, and I don't have a cat. And I'm not interested in involuntarily being forced to camp when I don't want to camp. We are not the same. We are not the same. We are not equal. Do not believe it. I need every person that is watching this, especially the bag chasers. Link to the Patreon is in the description, as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I need y'all to understand that you are not equal, and it is a class war, not a race war. The whole point of this live stream is to remove the veil from your eyes so that I can empower you to understand that it does not matter if you white or you black or you Asian or you Indian. It's all based off of your own God-given well-being effort and endurance to the end to be successful and aligning yourself with people that's going in the direction that you're going in. So if you continue to see these people as Yo Kang, If you continue to see these people as the person that's holding you back, it's a lie. It's a myth. They are powerless. He don't even know where he gonna be sleeping at tomorrow. He has no clue of whether or not, listen, he can't go anywhere without worrying about his home being stolen. He is not more powerful than you. The only reason he's a part of MGTOW is because he's suffering. He's suffering. I look at that man right there and I don't see happiness. I see broken. I see broken. This is not the American dream that his forefathers conquered this country for. I'm living the American dream, not him.
We could just leave it at that, right? But at the same time, you're going to understand and you're going to read in the comments below, you are going to see some hate because of this symbol. And there's no reason for it. I'm just letting you know. You're going to see it, you're going to read it, and you're going to go, what is wrong with these people? He just clearly stated what his intentions are and why he's a part of it. So, here in 2017, I am MGTOW officially, and I'm perfectly happy with it. I am not a hateful person. I have no ill will towards anyone, and I'm a very open-minded person. I'm not anti-family or anti-woman or anti-anything, really.
I need to do some research on this guy and see, because this is the video y'all sent me. I need to see what this guy is today. What's his name? What the heck is MGTOW? Is that the name of the video? Wow, he's aged. He's very much aged. Look, all right. This is what he's doing today. This is what he's doing today. Y'all wanted an update? I'm going to give you an update. So that was 6 years ago. All right, let's go. This is him today. This is him today. Wow. Wow. Impressive, huh?
Hey everybody, Eric here from Nomadic Fanatic. Hope you're having a good afternoon. I'm out exploring in Tater Tot, my lifted smart car, here in Fort Worth, Texas, home of the very first fully automated McDonald's restaurant.
This is what y'all got to look forward to, y'all. These are y'all kings. These are y'all kings. See if I can scrub through this. So he's ordering McDonald's. He's in his lifted smart car. He's over there looking at horns. Let's see. All right, so let's see what he got.
Way back tonight, Dallas, Fort Worth traffic. I think the kitties are fine in the RV. I gave them a day's worth of food and supplies just in.
So he's still living in his RV. He has more cats now. He's literally just said that the kitties are okay in the RV. I gave him days worth of food so I can go out here and explore. He's still living in his RV. Cool.
In case I end up not coming back to the RV, because I'm a good hour and a half away from Dallas Fort Worth area. What we got here? A nicely restored Sinclair gas station here. Not as early as some of the other ones I've been to. I love the award for the Fort Worth Historic Preservation. Nice. Oh, there's more. Meet up with a friend, grab dinner. This is my room. I don't stay in a whole lot of hotels because I'm not comfortable in them. I do it as a part of life because it gives me that flexibility, but this... Okay, I'm at Super 8 in Fort Worth, and there's a reason why they had openings. When I first came in, I stood back here and thought, well, this isn't so bad. Then I looked over at the wall, came up close with my phone, and it was a big, hairy, nasty spider. It looks tiny on camera, but it was about that big in real life. And, you know, with the dark carpet now, I'm just like, I'm not going to go on and on, but I'm not impressed. It is what it is. It's going to be a place to sleep. However, should I be worried that there is no smoke detector?
Is this what y'all want? Is this what y'all want? I'm just giving you the full view of what it was that he was. He's still living in an RV. He got his cats locked in there with food, and now he's sleeping in a Super 8. Okay.
It's been completely removed. There's nothing else in my room. There is no smoke detector in here. Anywhere, guys. I've looked. I've checked. In the bathroom, this is actually the way it was. Toilet paper roll just sitting on the tub like that. And I thought, well, that's kind of weird. Oh, that's because there is no toilet paper roll. Yes, there's poop smeared on the wall from the previous owner. And then poop stains all through here on the wall. Look underneath the toilet. There's the old dispenser for the toilet paper roll behind the toilet. Okay? In the shower, I don't know what that weird mold grime is right there on the bottom. Not to mention the tile around the tub is full of mold also. There's even a surprise brown pube on the toilet seat.
All right, I can't do no more. You're about to make me throw up. I can't do anymore. This is what y'all can expect to rock out with. This is what y'all have. This is what y'all get. This is what y'all want. This is what y'all want. These are y'all kings. 6 years ago, he was doing it. 2 days ago, this is what it is that he got, and he's still living in his RV. This is y'all kings. Okay. All right. Listen, you the one that said you wanted this. This is what y'all wanted to do. This is what it is that we doing today. Let me read some super chats, and then we going to get into it, y'all. We're going to really get into it because I really want to show y'all the truth. Aaron says, I've lived in poor white town before. People like him are everywhere. There are more of him than this hollowed image, y'all of them. Nino Shepherd says, it's still white privilege because if that was a black man getting out of the car, he would have been beat up, shot. But I get your point, though. Or not. It would have went exactly how it is that it just went. Forsaken Archive says, super informative. Great work, brother. Aaron says, Divestors, good luck with Paul. Dude, live in a Blair Witch Project every night. Ronnie Robinson is in the building, says, good morning, Anton. Hope all is well. Sounds like MGTOW is code for incels. If I didn't know any better, the guy in the park sounds like a modern black woman. Sounds exactly like a modern black woman. Aaron says, ladies, you can divest to struggle with John, eating squirrel meat and running from Bigfoot every night if you want to. Find you a white cane. Cliff Williams says, they're powerful on the power people give them. It's all a perception. It's all in y'all mind. Self-Made Forever says, MGTOW equals super low testosterone. Aaron says, van life to Motel 6 life. White Kangs is up. White Kangs is winning, y'all. White Kangs is winning. But let's not stop there. Shout out to the sponsor of the show, Teach Hanley. 30% off your first order plus a free gift. Also, make sure that y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat because you certainly do not want to be living like Paul. Y'all don't want to be living like Paul. So who are the faces of despair? Who are the faces of despair? You know what I decided to do? I decided to go look up a video on YouTube. I did a little bit of my own research this time. I decided to go look up a video on YouTube to try to understand exactly who the faces of despair are. And so in order to understand that, and I want it to be as objective as possible, so I just searched this space because y'all know I used to be into urban exploration, right? And so being in urban exploration, there's a community of people that basically highlight what is the best places to explore based off of what the most desolate part of the population and where they exist inside of urban communities, right? Because urban often at times is tied to black. And so what I wanted to do was I wanted to do an objective search to look at what is the most undesirable place to explore as an urban explorer, and what does the population of people look like, okay? And so that led me to none other than Kensington. Kensington is in Philadelphia. Kensington is your turn. It's your turn. I know y'all thought it was going to be Chicago, Detroit, Skid Row, something like that, but it's not. The thing that people absolutely positively are obsessed with as far as urban exploration, as far as the worst thing that you can see, homeless populations and all, just so happen to be in Kensington. And so as a result, what we're going to do is we're going to explore in all reality and honesty exactly who the faces of homelessness are. Make sure y'all hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notification. I am going to be reading super chats throughout the show. It's your turn, white people. It's your turn. All right? Let's go ahead and get into it, because I want to honestly look at and see what is the true count, look, face of what homelessness looks like, okay? Well, what do you know? When we first start the video and we get into it, what we see is all white people. Overwhelmingly white people. If you go to any of these places, including Los Angeles on Skid Row, I've walked there. There's a video of it on my other channel. I've kicked it with people. I've helped people. One of my biggest things that I've done in my life is a homelessness project. I know what the face of homelessness looks like, and overwhelmingly it is, in most places, white people. Now, how is this possible? How is this possible? How is it possible that the overwhelming majority of people within an urban environment and community just so happens to be people that are overwhelmingly, now that doesn't mean that you're going to completely absolve yourself, that there's not going to be any black people or anything like that, but overwhelmingly, how is it possible that the people that are strung out on fentanyl, meth, on what is quite possibly described as the worst street in the United States of America, how is it possible, considering that they dumped drugs? And overwhelmingly, and I'm going to keep using that word overwhelmingly because I want you to really understand what it is that we're talking about. How is it possible that they dump drugs in all of the black communities, but overwhelmingly is white people that's standing on the side of the road that look like a zombie apocalypse? Just curious. Just curious. I'll also give you another statistic. I'll give you some other insight. When I was down in the Dominican Republic, you see this? You see what's going on right here? When I was down in the Dominican Republic, you know who the people were that was out there chasing pussy the most? Look at all of these white people. Good black woman. Hold on, look. Good black woman walking with her purse, trying to get to work, and she's being consumed and taken over by whites. She got her hair done, her nails done, she got her purse. She's so used to seeing this. We just used to being around dysfunction, but it doesn't mean that we're of it. It means we're amongst it. Look at this good black woman that's trying to get to work and get back home, and she's surrounded by all of these zombies. These people that this alleged country was built for, made for, and it was a system that allow for them to be successful. Are you telling me that this whole population of people devolved this much to where overwhelmingly the people that's on the worst street of America, the face of homelessness and drug use, is this? Say it ain't so.
It is no longer a matter of survival, but of destruction. To get to the bottom of their drug use behaviors, education combined with cognitive therapy is required.
I might have to mute this because of the music. Look at what is going on with all of these white people out here. What is going on with all of these white people with tattoos on? This can't be life. This cannot be life over here in Kensington. No way that this is life. I'm not going for it. I'm not believing it. No way that I see this woman that could have very much been Britney Spears. More whites? What the fuck is that walking down the street, y'all? What is walking down the street? Mm-hmm. Look, I think that we've made our point here. What I'm trying to help y'all to understand is that what you perceive things to be is completely different than what the reality is. The reality is you are not what you are taught to believe by other people that look like you. I'm going to let this play while I go on my little rant right here. You are not what you perceive things to be based off of the things that they're teaching you in society. Your friends, your family, your racist black auntie and single baby mamas is trying to convince y'all that you are at the bottom of the barrel, and it's not true. You are not your circumstance. You are not your environment. The face of homelessness and social services is not us. It's not us. And when you realize that the thing that you can be is much greater than what your circumstance is, you then unlock your potential. I know what the face of homelessness look like. I volunteered every single Saturday for a homelessness project in order to support people because that was my passion. There's nothing that I'm more passionate about than pouring into people and adding value into their lives. Every single day I go out and I give money to people in their hands. What they decide to do with it is completely different, but hopefully they feed themselves. Hopefully they can, you know what I'm saying, get somewhere to stay or something nice to eat for that night or whatever, so on and so forth. But the reality is that this is the truth right here. What you see playing out right in front of you is not what the truth is based off of what the narrative that's being spewed to you as far as trying to convince you that you're inferior or you less than. You work hard, you great, you awesome. And so don't let nobody tell you what your ceiling is because you better than them. You better than anybody that told you that you're not good enough in order to really be able to be in this great space that you're in right now. You better than them. You're better than your circumstance. You're better than your environment. You're better than the people that came before you, these simps that tried to teach you that you're less than. And the minute that you start to unlock that stuff and you start to really understand who you are, you'll start living in your purpose. Stop pedestalizing white people. Stop pedestalizing black women. Stop pedestalizing the people that came before you that did not do the things that you're going to do. Greater are the things that you're going to do than the people that's before you. It's okay to feel sorry for them, Natasha. That's fine. But the best way for you to really be able to help them is to help yourself first. The best way, listen, let me just say it like this, y'all. Let me say it like this. I'm so hard on y'all on a daily basis because I know what you're capable of. I know what you're capable of. That ain't you. That ain't get your life don't have to be the life that your mama gave you. Your life don't have to be the life that your grandmother taught you and raised you to be. Your circumstances don't have to be, or the circumstances that you create for your children or the people that come after you can be much different than the circumstances that you think that you have to be subjected to. You don't have to be poor. You are blessed. I mean, listen, it don't matter what hood you was born in, what projects you came up in. If you are watching this live stream right now, you are in a position of power, because that means that you can do whatever it is that you want to do, and you just going to have to make the sacrifices, man. You're going to have to start putting down and divesting yourself for just a little bit. Look, you don't even have to do it for a long time. All you got to do it is for a little bit, right? 10 years, 5 years, 1 year, 3 months to create a habit. And the point of this live stream is not even to rag on white people, but it's to help you to understand that they're not better than you. Nobody is better than you. It's you versus you. It's you versus you. And let's be clear, they not above it. They can get the smoke just like everybody else. It's white people. I know it's white people that rock with me. And guess what? They ain't feeling no certain type of way about it because they know it ain't about them. It's about a perception that is being placed upon you that is preventing you from being the best version of yourself. And so you keep believing that what somebody else told you about yourself, but they don't know you. They ain't you. They don't know what you feel. They don't know that hustle. They don't know that grind. They don't know what you capable of. They don't know that you a monster and what you done been through. Look, it's everybody that's in here right now. Everybody that's watching this right now. You done been through something. Everybody that's watching this right now, you've been through something. I'm going to read the super chat shortly. No matter what you present yourself to be on your next date, because we dress it up. You put the makeup on in order to hide the wounds. You dress yourself up in order to present yourself as the best person possible in order to try to impress somebody that really don't care nothing about you. I live my life like an open book because I'm open to criticism, understanding that you can overcome whatever your circumstances are, good or bad, the decisions that you made in order to be the best version of yourself. Listen. It's not about presenting yourself to be perfect. It's about giving them the story of what an overcomer looks like. Your parents went through it. Your grandparents went through it. Your great-great-grandparents went through it so that you didn't have to do it. It's not about being perfect. It's about being an overcomer. The greatest lie that's ever been told to you and black people is that we have to put on a perception of perfection. That's not even what the Bible is about. All of the stories in the Bible have nothing to do with presenting yourself to be perfect. I'm not interested in being perfect. I'm interested in being perfectly flawed because that's what make me, me. When I have a coaching call with y'all, a lot of times I ask y'all questions on the very, very first coaching call, and it's me understanding you because there is no one-size-fits-all solution to what success looks like. So your past, where you are today, and where it is that you're going is much different than the person that I talked to prior to that. And in order for me to be able to pour into you, I need to understand you so that you know that I got your best interest at heart. So when I hold you accountable, when I kick your ass, you know it's not because I'm trying to get on you. It's because I want the best for you. I'm not interested in changing. I'm not interested in being different with regard to being perfect based off of what you think perfection is. I'm interested in being perfectly flawed because that is the thing that's going to propel me to be successful. You look at the things that you've been through and then you say, well, I'm behind the 8 ball or they better than me. They not. They trauma filled, they broken in the inside, and they've never truly healed. And the only difference is that you think that it's a perception of success. And that's why you keep leaning to Instagram and the pictures in order for you to get your inspiration. My whole goal here in living my life like an open book, showing my flaws, showing my successes, showing you the bank account, shout out to the Patreon members, showing you the W-2s, showing you the growth, showing you what I've suffered through. If anybody has actually looked at the old vlogs where I shown you what I was going through in order to build the restaurant, the story isn't about how to build the restaurant. That's the story that I'm giving you now, is the learned lessons. I was showing you the process of what I suffered through. When I was building a restaurant, in the middle of it, that's when my father died. And I didn't finish the restaurant in order to be profitable. I finished it because I told my father that I would do so because it's a reflection of my character. My story and what it is that I show y'all in all of my vlogs, it's not the story of what success looks like. It's the journey beyond what it is that you're doing so that you can overcome and become a better version of yourself every single day. It's incremental process. It's an incremental process. It's showing you that against all odds and against all hate and against everything that people try to paint you out to be, there's nobody that can stop you except for you. It's not a white man that is holding you down that can stop you. How you going to believe in God and then you going to tell me that it's a white man that's preventing you from being successful? So what you telling me is that this white man is greater than your God, right? How you going to sit up and come up on my fucking panels and then tell me that you believe in God, but it's another human being that got flesh in your flesh and blood in your blood and bleed just like you is holding you back from being successful? How is that fucking possible? How is it possible for a woman to prevent you from being successful if you a man that truly believe in what it is that if you a king, how is it possible for another minor human being to prevent you from being successful? It ain't a video that you can fucking make that's going to stop me from making another $1 million over the next 3 months. Every single video that somebody make about me, don't you know that my Patreon grow exponentially more? It's nothing that anybody can do to stop you. If it's a white man that's preventing you from being successful, then you have no God. You are no God. You are not made in the image of God. You don't even believe. It's nothing for you to do except for go over there and get the fuck out of our way so I can take my bag chasers forward and continue to be successful. It's no way you can sit here and telling me that they God is more powerful than your God and you got God within you. Especially for you motherfuckers that saved. Anton don't cuss when you say that. Anton don't say nothing when you say that. Don't tell me what to say. I know a lot of y'all was raised in the church and you forgot what it meant to be saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost, speaking in other tongues as the Spirit of God give utterance. You forgot that you was raised in the church. You forgot that your grandmother put you on the altar in order for you to call out to God and call out to Jesus so that you can then get saved and then have the Spirit of God within you. A lot of y'all, this is way over your head, and I know that you don't get it, and I know you don't understand it, and so I ain't necessarily speaking to you, but it's some people out there that truly understand. If you really come from this, if you came from the gutter, if you know what it means to actually tarry, to wait before God, calling his name, if you truly understood what that spirit was, you forgot about what those things was that they put inside of you, but put it in a child and he'll never depart from it. You don't know nothing about this life. You don't know where we come from. You don't know nothing about fasting. You don't know nothing about stays. Only my real church members, only the people that really come from the black church really understand what a stay is. You don't know what a stay is. You don't know what's being locked inside of a house or locked inside of a church, praying, petitioning, begging God, praying for people, healing, going out, feeding people, feeding the sick in the middle of a pandemic. You out there handing out food and praying for people and doing all. You don't know nothing about this life. That's where I come. See, I come from the real black church. What you gonna tell me? That the internet gonna stop me? That a bunch of ones and zeros on my TV and on my computer screen is gonna be the thing that then stop me? Some imaginary white man is gonna prevent me? How? 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 And when I'm saying fasting, I'm not talking about the type of fasting that they telling y'all to do on the internet with food. See, my real saints know what fasting really was. When we say fasting, it's a completely different, like I said, some of y'all not going to get it. Some of y'all not going to get it. When we say fasting, we talking about removing every single barrier between you and God so that you can truly consecrate and concentrate. It's two words, consecrate and concentrate from the real black church. You're removing every barrier, sex, sleep, food, drugs, video games, anything that's preventing you from becoming one with God. And until you truly reach that moment, it could be days, it could be a week. You don't know nothing about the church. You don't know nothing about what it was that we used to do in order to really gird up to prepare ourselves for what it is that we're dealing with right now. You don't know nothing about this. And so it's easy for people to fall off. And I've seen so many different people fall off throughout my journey. I've seen a lot of people fall off throughout my journey. And we still here, still doing the work, still holding on, still continuing to propel ourselves, and still speaking it as though we never lost it. And sometimes y'all need to be reminded of who the fuck you are. You different. You was built different. You was taught different. You was blessed. Your grandmother prayed a special blessing on you before you was born. And you got something in you that you need to let come out of you. And you need to stop being this dusty based off of a perception that was beat into your head by this black culture, by rap music, and the people that surround you that told you and taught you inherently by their own things, by their own problems and their own trauma that they then projected onto you, that you was anything less than a king or a queen. You better than that. Meaning that you can't subject yourself and just let anybody fuck on you. Everybody don't have access to your dick. Everybody shouldn't have access to your pussy. Everybody shouldn't be able to tap into you and call you at any time. Why are peasants able to easily get in contact with a king or a queen? Why are you listening and taking advice from people that can't add value into your life? Why are you not surrounded by people that can actually teach you something or give you more insight and information for you to be able to level up? But you continue to subject yourself, hiding. That's all you doing is hiding amongst dope dealers and killers and stealers and people that ain't even worthy of carrying your jockstrap. You're hiding from your purpose, hiding from your greatness, hiding from the money that's trying to chase you down, hiding from God. You can't hide from God. Listen, if you listening to this right now, you're not hiding. You can't get away from it. It's still yours. It's time to stand up, though. It's time to stand up. Stop hiding from your blessings. And there's some stuff you're going to have to do. And it's not going to feel good, but you built for it. If anybody was built for it, it's you. It's yours. It's your turn. It's your turn. No matter what you thought was against you, no matter what you thought the obstacles could look like, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's yours. It's already yours. You don't even have to earn it. The only thing you have to do is unlock it. You just got so much dirt and so much grime on your key that it don't even fit into the lock anymore. It's yours. It's already yours. It was never anybody else's. Somebody can't take what's already ordained for you. It's yours. Go get it. I can't take what's yours. Can't nobody take what's yours. And certainly can't no white man or white woman take what is already ordained for you is yours. Now go get on your grind, man. Go sit on your throne. It's time. Let me read some of these super chats and then we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. Shout out to Tech Coach Ralph says, great show, forever bag chasing. Can we get a shout out to all of the bag chasers? I just posted inside of the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. The Wealth Building Journey says, Darwinism 101 survival of the economically fittest. Only those who learn to adapt and actually take action to adapt will survive. Shout out to Wealth Building Journey. I appreciate you. Self-Made Forever is in the building, says, I'd rather spend 5 days a week hearing sermons from Pastor AD to go to any church in America. No church is preaching like this well-needed message. Shout out to all of my church folk out here. And if you don't know God, you're really missing out. Chike Auto LLC says, no. You are not hard, bro. This is what we need to hear every day. People are practically and purposely lazy right now. They make excuses daily. Also says, preach, sir. The boss human is their God. Their life depend on the boss decision. I don't depend on no one. If it's not the Most High, no one can. Also, shout out to Persevere Data TV is in the building. My dog says, this don't count as a coaching call. I got you. Listen, I can't control what my woman do. She out here canceling my calls for the day because they know I need to get into y'all. I love y'all. I genuinely love y'all. That's not you. That's not of you. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. And you should not ever fear another human being, especially just because they don't look like you. You got this. You got it. You genuinely got it. And if nobody told you that they love you, I love you. Y'all need to come to a meetup. Come to New York, man. Come to New York. I'm going to be in New York. Post is in the Patreon. Give me some idea who's going to be there. Come to New York. Come see me in person. It's different. I promise you, when you see me in person, for all of the people that's ever met me in person, it's a lot of people in the chat that has met me in person. Come see me in person. It's different. If you think that this is how I am online, I'm 10 times this in person. I got 10 times the energy, 10 times the love. If you see, listen, for everybody that don't like me, I invite you to come and see me in person. If you can still not love me, if you can still not like me after you meet me and you have a conversation with me, I'm okay with that. I'm okay if you don't like me after you meet me. But you got to feel my energy. You got to feel my energy. Because there's nobody that could ever come in my presence that can walk away and say that, you know what? I actually like him. I love him. Come and see me in person and see what it's like. I invite you. See, a lot of people talk a lot on the internet, but they're not willing to come and meet me. Come and see me in person. Come and see me in person and tell me that you can't feel the energy that radiate off of me. I'm a different breed. I'm different. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I need y'all to do me one more favor before we get up out of here. Make sure you share this with your family and friends. We don't want to be successful by ourselves. I love you. I appreciate you. I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream today. We doing great things, man. Tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I'm out.